acknowledge them for giving you the opportunity to even get to know them a little bit.
So if we talked about specifically, if you had, your paycheck was determined on how well you greeted your customer. If you had a value, a dollar value on how well you greeted your customer, and every time you greeted them the amazing, welcoming way that we like to, and it was a dollar related to it, how often would you do it extremely well? Every single time, right? Regardless of how the customer greeted you, if you were getting paid based on the number of times you greeted a customer specifically the way we wanted you to, and it was, say, $150 a visit, how many times would you greet a customer extremely well?
Fighting.
So you'd be fighting to greet that customer extremely well, right? Well, if you really stop and think about it, not only do you have that opportunity each and every time, but doesn't it create an opportunity for you down the road? Isn't this part, whether you sold the customer or not, isn't this part of the relationship process? So we talk about a warm and sincere greeting. We also mentioned, and we talked about specifically gratitude. Gratitude is, I know you have a lot of choices. I'm not really sure why you came today, and we'll get to that, but I know you have a lot of choices, and on behalf of myself, my teammates, my leaders, the owner of the business, I want to take the time, and this time specifically, to say thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to visit our dealership because we know you have a lot of choices, right? Thank you. And my promise to you, Chris, is that I'm going to value the time we have together. What does that mean? What does it mean to me as a customer that I'm going to value your time?
That you're going to appreciate my point of view, you're going to listen to me, you're going to make this as smooth as possible. It kind of brings down the wall.
Right, so it's not on what's on my agenda, it's on what's on your agenda. Mm-hmm. It's gathering enough information so that now we save the time that we spend, we save hours on the back end. Right? Mm-hmm. So the time that we spend that's most efficiently now, we could save you hours on the back end. How do you feel about that? Isn't that the opportune time to start building your relationship? Because as we get to rapport, doesn't it start right up here with your first impression? So if I were to walk up to you and I was to say, yeah, what can I help you with?
Nothing.
Nothing, just looking, right? We call it profound knowledge. It means I already know what you're going to say before you say it. If I say, can I help you? What do you say?
No.
Just looking, right? Just looking, because I know that's already what you're going to say. We talk about interrupting the pattern. So if we do something that's different from what the customer expects, the result is more beneficial for both parties. So if I come into your dealership on a busy Saturday afternoon or a busy Wednesday or a busy Tuesday, and all I get is, yeah, can I help you? You looking for something? What do you think the customer's response is going to be? No, I'm just looking. Right now, I just need to sit in this car. Thank you anyways, but are any of the cars open? In other words, it's no, N-O, versus no, K-N-O-W, right? Right at this point, my first impressions are negative. My first impressions is you're not warm and welcoming, that you don't care enough about my business. Isn't there a difference when you greet a customer and you say, welcome, thank you for coming to Journey Ford. My name is Joe, and you are? Brandon. Welcome. What brings you by our dealership today? Isn't there a difference in the feeling already?
Yeah.
Isn't there a difference when you can greet a customer with a warm and sincere smile rather than, hey, you know what, you're really being a bother to me right now. I could be at lunch or I could be doing something else. Why are you here? You don't literally say that, but sometimes our body language says that, right? More times than not, what does the customer hear the most? Your words or your body language? The answer is your body language. They actually hear that more than they hear your words, because it's what they see that they conceptualize, right? If I don't see a warm and sincere person who cares about my business, then it doesn't matter what the words you use are. It doesn't matter how well you're trained.